All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. We go live every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. to talk about finance and budget and do it's dictated a lot by what you guys want to talk about and a little bit of personal details and movie updates. Good morning, Toya. Okay, a lot of life update. I don't know what you guys want to talk about first. A few weeks ago, I asked that if you guys had any topics that you wanted to talk about, to leave them in the comments after the video for the next week. And one of you asked about transitioning jobs when you're older or starting a new job after you have been in the same industry for a while. And I do have some tips about that. And then I also have, I'm actually maybe considering getting like a second job because I think I mentioned to you guys that I had a lot of car repairs recently hit. And I'm planning for a trip that actually starts next Thursday. No, I'm not prepared at all for it. So I'm trying to figure out how to get extra money. And last week I had talked about donating plasma because I don't know why, but they pay you for plasma, but not regular blood. And I actually had one of my viewers comment that in Van Nuys, they pay you she says that her husband or her boyfriend gets $500 a month from doing that. And that seems cool because you'd also be helping someone else medically. So that seems pretty awesome. However, while that might work for me to get me a little extra money temporarily, I haven't done it yet. I have not had time. But you guys have also heard me talk about doing something that would like level up your skills and look good on a resume. And while maybe I could list that I donate plasma under like the volunteer section, that's not going to strengthen my resume. So maybe I get like, actually, really, I want to look into doing maybe some remote phone work for like the student loan debt forgiveness programs or to help people with unemployment benefits. So I think that at my current job, this is the benefit of having a job that doesn't have conventional hours is I could request to only work nights, which means like on a Monday through Thursday, my shift or Sunday through Thursday, my shifts normally would start at about 3 p.m. And then Friday and Saturday, my shift normally starts at 5 p.m. Now, sometimes I do work mornings, but I could request to only work at night and then maybe do like an 8 a.m. to a 2 p.m. Monday through Friday shift. I don't know if that's possible because I do think that employers want employees who have open availability. I think that's more desirable, but I also know that like they're having trouble filling positions. I also, with the fast food minimum wage going up, I wouldn't be opposed working like an 8 a.m. to a 2 p.m. shift at a fast food restaurant because starting in April 1st, 2024, minimum wage in the fast food industry is going to be $20 an hour. And you were like, but Shelly, is that going to build your resume? Potentially. I think for me, since I've worked with the same company so long, most of my friends, most of the people in my network are people that I know from my current job. And maybe even if I got like a McDonald's job, I would probably work my way up. In the past, oh, happy Sunday before Halloween, everybody. I have my Halloween sweater on. I've worked at a Halloween store as a second job, and by the time we were done, they were like, next year you should come back as a manager. And I was like, I can't do it because sorry, I got a text message and then I got distracted. I can't do it because I have another full-time job. But I believe in like moving up wherever you are. And maybe I could meet some other like-minded people who also were taking on second jobs to like limit their debt or increase their income. And anytime you're increasing your network, I think that's a good thing. And while that's not on your resume, networking is very important when you're changing jobs. Okay, now this is going to be bougie and maybe a little bit controversial. But the name of the channel is Shelly's Millions. And let me tell you, we're going the opposite way from my journey towards becoming a millionaire. So, and this all ties in to changing careers as you're older or as you've been in the same industry. So, the stock market has not been kind to my accounts. So, I actually have a decreased net worth from what I shared in one of my videos back in 2020. My 401k account is down, my IRA account is down. It's all down or stagnant, even though I've continued to make contributions. Just, I guess, the things I have my money in are not performing well for me. And they also say, like with your 401k, you should kind of just put it in there, pick something to allocate it to, but then just leave it and don't think about it. I check mine almost every day. I like to see what it does with the stock market. That helps me gain more knowledge about the stock market, but that means that I see all of those fluctuations. And unfortunately, my 401k currently has fluctuated about, I kid you not, 30,000 down. Am I concerned about that? No, because without the 401k, I would have like no money in savings. If I got it in my hands, I would spend it and then not have anything. Okay, so changing careers when you're older. I do think a lot of it is networking. So think about where you could go to network with people. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing is learning to play golf. Do I love golf? I don't know. I have never played a round of golf in my life, but I've always associated golf, 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 with people who have a fair amount of money. So I, and maybe this is greedy. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just trying to figure it out, right? So I'm trying to think, where do affluent people spend their time? Playing golf? So I don't know. I'll try it out and I'll see. Maybe I'll meet one friend who plays golf. And maybe that one friend won't be affluent, but it's going to increase my network. So that would be the first thing, that if you're thinking about changing jobs, especially if you've been in the same industry for a while or if you're older, is figure out what you like. Okay, Joel. I'll look at that in a second. But figure out who you can network with and figure out who you want to network with. Other things that I'm thinking about doing to just increase my network, because my friend circle is really small too. I've got my best friend that does work from home out of my garage. I have my mom. I have my other best friend and his husband. And then I have people that are more like acquaintances. So less than 10 people for sure. My mom says golfing is hard on your back. Well, Mom, I see lots of old people playing golf. So whatever. I'm going to have to suck it up. Okay. But also, Mom, good point. So I've put on a lot of weight. Not necessarily since I started doing YouTube, but if we go back to 2016, 2017, I was much thinner. I was also 38 then, and things change once you get 40. But I want to go to the gym. Where might you also meet people who have similar goals that you do? At the gym. So to make a friend at the gym, the plan would be to kind of, like, I know people want to be left alone at the gym, right? But maybe I go to a Zumba class every single Saturday. The Zumba classes are free at my gym. And I recently took a Zumba class at the gym, and it had been years since I had gone, but I promise you, I saw some of the same people from when I went years ago. Same with, like, if you go to a yoga studio, you're going to start talking. The front desk girl will check you in every day. The front clerk people will check you in every day. So those can be people that you're friendly with. If your work or if the gym is having like a Halloween party, go to that Halloween party, wear a costume, participate. That's the next clue. Good morning, Bonnie Tone. So participate in anything where like they're already offering activities. Some of you may not know this, but for a while I'm not right now because I'm on a budget and this is like an expensive hobby, but you could get into like wine tasting and go wine tasting. It shouldn't be buffering. Sylvia, I hope not, but I don't really know. Let me turn off I've got the heater on today. If you like wine, join like a monthly wine tasting group where you go and you get together with people who are not already in your network and taste wine. Or there's whiskey societies. That's the one I was thinking about joining. A book club, something where you're going to increase your circle of friends. Also, something else that I'm thinking about doing. Vanessa says that her grandmother's 101. She hopes she has her genetics. Lately, I'm feeling old and you're under 40. All right. Good morning, Joy and Joey. And Joel, I promise we're getting to your concern in a second. Something else that I think is a really good skill that, despite the fact that I'm like, I was a top cookie sales girl from the time I was 12, I think sales is a really important skill. I didn't realize this. I've been watching a lot of like Alex and Layla Hormozi, and the person that I did the interview with, I don't know if you guys have seen the video where it's like I got interviewed by a millionaire that I met through, join a mentorship. I did the Graham Stephan mentorship and I got a lot of acquaintances. That definitely expanded my circle. I don't mean to be like, ooh, a lot of those people were millionaires, but they were. So those are the kind of people that I want to learn from, right? They say don't take advice from broke people. So you might be watching the wrong channel. But so those people are people that have kind of made it. That's not to say that they don't struggle or have hard times or difficult situations, but that definitely got me in touch with people that I wouldn't have known otherwise. So if you're interested in real estate, go to like one of those free real estate seminars. Anyway, to make a long story short, increase your network, figure out what you like to do, and go do more of it. Meet more people who do it. Maybe think about getting into sales. So the millionaire that interviewed me, he does car sales and he actually trains his car salespeople. And what it is about sales that is a valuable skill, and some of you may not know this, but within my same company, I recently replied to a marketing position. And you know what he asked me? I didn't get the job. He said I didn't have the experience, despite being good at sales since I was 12. But he asked me about my contact list. I don't really have one. When you're in sales, you're going to meet a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. And especially in car sales, I've shared with you guys that car salespeople have failed me a lot of times. Even recently when my car broke down, neither the Tesla salesperson or the Toyota salesperson didn't even get me behind the wheel to do a test drive. You learn to talk to people. You learn to anticipate their needs. Listening more than talking is just a good skill in general. Because I know making friends is hard, right? Oh my goodness, Infinity G35 says that his credit card debt has shrunk more than half. Mine's going the other way. Hard work and you're proud of yourself. How are you doing? I'm a little stressed. I've had a lot of financial stuff come up recently, but I'm doing well and I'm resourceful. I'm going to figure out how to get through it. So increase your network. Maybe consider getting into sales. Learn those people skills, especially if you don't have a network yet. Doing something like sales, be it whether you're selling door to door. There's a good YouTuber, he sells pest control. They say boring businesses, pest control. All those people that like go and they mow lawns for other people for free, or they do the pressure washing on the sidewalks, or they detail cars. A lot of that is door-to-door knocking. Sales. But you can also learn sales at like a car dealership or a real estate brokerage. There's lots of different ways to get into sales. But I think what sales does is really give you the skills to talk to people. And then you can use those skills to go out and grow your network. Okay, so your network is thing number one. Maybe learning sales. I'm not sure. That's something that I'm looking into. Thing number 3, if you're trying to switch industries or get into something if you're older, I would recommend applying at places that you like. Now, this is advice that I gave out during the height of the pandemic. If you are interested in Lamborghini, don't go to Indeed, don't go to LinkedIn, whatever the other job search engines are. Don't start there. Start at the company's website, because if you go to the company's website, that means, hey, I didn't just apply to some job posting that I found on some random website. I went to your business's website and I am seeking you out specifically, and I want to work for you. So maybe Lamborghini is hiring remote salespeople. There are Porsche, sorry, I was reading my mom's comment. There are Porsche race car experiences. So Infiniti G35, if you love cars, which I think you do, if you were going to look into starting a second job, maybe do something fun, like maybe go work at the Porsche experience, right? I don't know if that's close to you. Or maybe like you like kids and you like cars. So maybe you want to work at like a go-kart place. Um and is the go-kart place going to look great on your resume? Maybe not, but it could if you work your way up, and you'd probably meet parents who are having birthday parties. And maybe if you're really nice, they want to rent the place for an hour for a private party. And then maybe you get to talking to the parents or a couple parents, and then you're increasing your network. So, places that you like. I like Red Bull. I drink a lot of Red Bull. So maybe I want to work at Red Bull. I like Halloween. So maybe I do want to work at the Halloween store. What else do I like? I like surfing. I'm not good enough to give lessons, but guess what? I could work at a store that sells surfboards, surfboard wax, swimsuits. I love everything to do with the water. So maybe, oh, that's another thing that I would really like to do. This one's not free, and I don't think it's cheap either. Like, I think learning to golf would not be that much money, right? Or it would be some money, but maybe not a whole lot. I would like to learn how to sail. I would love to take sailing lessons. And then you meet a bunch of other people who are also into sailing. And while I'm not a millionaire yet, I think a lot of people with sailboats, I think they're not doing too badly. I know one of my friends met his current girlfriend at sailing lessons, and guess what she is? A millionaire. So, love them. Happy for them. Mom, that's Dumb John's. I have a friend that, yes, I refer to him as Dumb John's. I had a bunch of friends, and we had to distinguish which John was which. And he had a lot of he had a lot of dumb ideas. They were fun, but maybe not the smartest idea. So go meet people. Go meet people that you aspire to be like, that you are looking to gain some knowledge from. And on the one hand, that seems kind of messed up, like, oh, you should not gain friends just for what they can get you. But at the same time, they do say that that you're most like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So I do recommend, and then offer to if you can give them a service for free, if you can sell yourself, like maybe you like sailing too. I don't know. So you take sailing lessons, and then maybe you meet somebody and they have a boat. So maybe, I don't know what's involved in sailing, but I feel like there's like a whole crew. So maybe you volunteer to be part of that crew, or maybe you volunteer to like wash part of the boat, or maybe you volunteer to like be the designated driver if they're having a party on their fancy yacht. I know yachts and sailing are not the same thing, but you get the idea. Try and offer something of value back, whatever it is that you can do. Maybe all it is that you could do is be a designated driver, but that's like a really valuable service. If like they want to go out and have a little drink on their boat, maybe they need a friend who's willing to stay sober and drive them home. So that's my advice. So number one, increase your network. Number two, look into sales. And yeah, my mom's saying, think about it. Almost everything is about sales. Even where I regularly work, the movie theater, it's about sales. Yeah. Okay. Product demos at supermarkets, that's sales. And that, oh, also, I think they increased that during the holidays. There's a brand that I really like called Popcornopolis. It used to be that it was really, then they sell, so Popcornopolis, they make caramel corn, and they made like a unicorn corn, and they'll make like a black and orange milk chocolate and dark chocolate covered one for Halloween, and they'll make like a pumpkin spice popcorn. This popcorn is really good. It used to be you could only get it on Universal City Walk or at our movie theater. Those and Costco. Those used to literally be the only three places you could get it. So they came in and they did samples at our movie theater. They did samples at Costco, but they were that guy, his name is Wally. He was really nice. Of course we wanted them in our store, and it was good product. How did that tie into sales? I don't know. But anyway, so the movie theater is about sales. We have to first, before you fall in love with where I work, you have to come to the door to buy a movie ticket. And then once you're there, I have no doubt that you will see that we're an awesome movie theater. And I still don't officially share where I work, though I think a lot of you know. But you have to first get people to buy a movie ticket. Or actually, you don't have to buy a movie ticket. You are more than welcome to go into any movie theater whenever you want to buy movie theater popcorn and just come in, get the popcorn, and take it home. We love that. But we're still selling something. We have good Wi-Fi, and you're welcome to come sit in our lobby, use our Wi-Fi, edit your video, phone a friend, whatever it is. But mostly people are coming to the movies to see a movie. So you need to buy a ticket. You need to buy popcorn. So that is sales, selling houses, selling cars, selling services. So getting into anything with sales where you're talking to people is going to increase your skills. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read Infinity's, and then I'm going to go back to Joel's. Do you think EDD videos will still get a ton of views these days, like in 2020 and 2021? Maybe not, huh? That was a good subject to take advantage of back then. It was. And now I just mostly want to talk about other things with finance. While I scroll back up to Joel's comment, I should have the link. I will get the link. I switched. So I'm in some debt right now. I installed a washer dryer in my house. To do that, I needed to do the electrical. I needed to do the plumbing. I needed to buy the washer dryer. And I had a plan to pay that off. I put it on a credit card, 0% interest rate, a teaser rate. And I was like, no problem. I can pay that off. Then I had a vacation coming up, and I was like, no problem. Things are getting a little tight, but I can pay that off. And then I had a $4,000 car repair. And now I'm like, oh my God, how do I pay this off? So the first thing that I did is look at lowering my expenses. So I just recently switched my cell phone provider, and I'll let you know how this goes in a future live. I switched to Mint Mobile, and I definitely got the best deal possible on that. You guys have heard me talk about this app called Rakuten. Let me see if I can share that right now. So Rakuten is kind of like one of these plugins where you just kind of like put it on you put it on your computer, or you start your shopping there. And okay, I've just put the link in there. I'm going to put this up. I don't know if you guys can copy it or just type that in. So you start all your shopping with Rakuten. So I did that when I switched to Mint Mobile, and that gave me $5 back from Rakuten. Then the American Express card that I have was running one of those promos. It's like an offer that I had to add to the card, where if you had to spend $45 with Mint Mobile, and then you get $25 back. So And you have to go through. First, I went to Rakuten, and then I went to Mint Mobile through Rakuten. So I launched Mint Mobile through Rakuten. That gave me $5 back. Then I paid for $45 worth of service from Mint Mobile, which is 3 months of cell phone service. $45 for 3 months, unlimited. That's like an introductory offer, but you pay the whole $45 up front. So I should be getting $25 back. So that means that I just paid $15 for 3 months of cell phone service, because 45 minus the 30, 25 back from American Express, $5 back from Rakuten, means that I'm paying $15 for 3 months of unlimited cell phone service with Mint Mobile. And shout out to you guys, because I think a couple of you suggested that I switch to Mint Mobile a while back. It was pretty easy, not as easy as other people said. Other people said it would only take 10 minutes. I would say that for me, I had to spend some time with customer service. I want to say the process took like 2 hours. I kept the same phone number. So far, my service has been the same. They do offer international at about the same rate because I'm traveling internationally. So I've switched my cell phone provider right before an international trip. That made me a little nervous, but not as nervous as having all kinds of debt. My old phone bill with AT&T was $71. So that's a 55. No, that's a $60 savings. 60. No. What is that? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay, 71 minus 15. Well, I can't. Why isn't my mathing right now? 71 minus 15. That's a $56 savings a month. Now that's a teaser rate that's only good for the first 3 months. Then I'm going to go ahead and pay for the whole year in advance, and it'll be $30 a month. But still, $71 minus 30, that's a $41 a month savings. And let's just do the whole math. So it's going to be, I've already done the math. It's $360 for 12 months, then plus, what did we say? 15 for 3 months because of all the different bargains. So it's going to be 15 months of cell phone service for a total of $375 divided by 15 months. That's going to make my cell phone bill average out to $25 a month. And 71 minus 25, that means on average, I'm saving $46 a month on my cell phone bill. 46, let's do that times a year times 12. That means I'm going to be saving $552 a year on my cell phone just because I switched to Mint Mobile. So shout out Mint Mobile. So far, I'm liking them. There was a point, though, when I was on that chat with customer service where I felt like I wanted to cry. And I was like, I don't love Mint Mobile, but everything seems to be mostly be going okay right now. My phone number is still showing up as my email address. Like, instead of showing my cell number, it's like you're getting a message from Shelly's Billions. It's weird. Okay, so Joel, on to you. Okay, so to recap, the 3 things when you're changing industries: increase your network, learn sales, apply at specific places that you like. Somebody used to have the name The Big Cheese. I love cheese. I do. Cheese is delicious. So maybe I want to work at a cheese shop. Maybe I just, like, I don't know, find whatever you're passionate about, find stores that specialize in that, and then specifically apply to them. Because then they say, that other saying, which I like this one a lot, you'll never work a day in your life if you do something you love, because it's not going to feel like work, right? Like you're just like out there enjoying it. So especially if you do need to take a second job, do it somewhere that you really like. It doesn't have to be fancy, but you do have to really like it. You guys know that I mentioned that I didn't love that Tesla when I test drove it, but maybe, definitely. And I actually did apply for a sales job with Tesla, so I should probably follow up. But I would love to try and sell Teslas. And then maybe I would learn more about that regenerative braking. And then maybe I would learn to like it, because clearly there's a lot of Teslas on the road. So a lot of people have adapted to that to that style of driving. Also, near my movie theater that I work at right now, they're opening, I want to say it's a Rivian dealership. Rivian is another competitor all electric vehicle brand. So maybe they need some salespeople. So, hey, Rivian, I'm going to be applying to sell some cars with you guys. Just because even though I didn't love driving the Tesla, I still am interested in the whole concept of electric cars. So I could be learning more about electric cars while I'm learning more about sales, while I am while I'm meeting people and therefore increasing my network. And the idea behind increasing your network is that people will get to know you and they will like you and they will just like offer you a job. They'll be like, hey, Shelly, I know that you have this managerial experience and Joe Schmo over there is looking for somebody. And I think like you'd be really great working at Joe Schmo's shop. Or, hey, like you don't quite have the skills that we're looking for, but Salty Sally, she's looking for somebody to do this. And even though you don't know, she's willing to train somebody and you seem like a really enthusiastic hard worker. So we're going to recommend you. Are you interested in talking to Salty Sally? And so that's how networking can hopefully like get your foot in the door, right? And it might help you realize other opportunities that you didn't and gain ideas for things that you didn't even necessarily know that you're interested in. If you're older, there are some challenges, like maybe you can't stand all day, maybe you can't sit all day. But like I was reading an article this morning about how this 101-year-old Vanessa, also shout out to your grandmother. That's super cute that she's 101. And I hope you live a long life like she has as well. But I was reading an article about how a 101-year-old woman works a job at Joann's Fabric, cutting the fabric for people who are buying it. It's something that she enjoys, and it's important as you get older, especially if you're a senior mom, to have like something like that gives you purpose, right? And at 101, she's probably not looking to like level up her career, but you do want to occupy your time, feel needed, and have a sense of purpose. Okay, Joel says, YouTube warning strike. You can't monetize your main channel. Now YouTube can get rid of warning strikes and it takes 90 days. I hope I can monetize when that warning is no longer there. Joel, do you know what you got that warning for? Did you use music? Did you use it's usually music, right? Did you say something like controversial? Did you say really naughty words? I will tell you, when I first started making YouTube videos, I said Black Lives Matter and I got demonetized for it. I thought it was really important as a creator with any kind of platform to like make sure that that stance was shared, right? If you had a voice, I thought it was important to use it. And that's like a whole different if you guys have questions about why I would say that or anything like that. Even my mom was like, Shelly, all lives matter. Of course they do. But if your life isn't, anyway, it's like the analogy about firefighters. Like, of course, if my house was on fire and I see a firefighter passing my house and they're going to some other house and that house isn't on fire, and they were like, well, Shelly, all houses matter. Of course they do, but mine's the one on fire. So like that's the one we need to acknowledge right now. So that's kind of the analogy there. But anyway, so I thought it was really important to share that. And I got demonetized for it. And what they said was that they didn't condone, like, when you're at the height of an emergency, right? Things going on politically, bad things happening to people. They don't want YouTubers sensationalizing it and monetizing it, basically. So that video got demonetized. And that was that. So yeah, so Joel, do you know what caused them to give you that warning strike. A lot of times it's music. It can be talking about um controversial or like hot button issues that maybe the timing politically they don't want YouTubers to gain money off of, like essentially what could be like a tragedy. So that could be what's going on. Okay. Hi, spell legacy like death. Aw, thank you for saying that my eyes are beautiful. I have a feeling that's just the light back there. Oh, I did get my hair cut recently though. It's like it's bouncy. I got all the dead ends cut off because we're on I didn't really have money for even a haircut right now, but that's another topic. Okay. I'm gonna put my Rakuten link back up there. Some of you guys know that I started playing some Nintendo Switch games. When I got my Nintendo Switch, I got it through, I think, GameStop or Target. I don't know, because the Switch, that's pretty much cost the same no matter where you get it. So I got it from wherever the best deal was. But now when I get games, I buy used games through GameStop, but I first get the Rakuten. I go through Rakuten first. I save money that way. I should pull out my phone and tell you. I bought some compression socks for my plane ride because the plane rides that I'm about to take are going to be about 14 hours long. So I bought some special compression socks. When I list you guys off the things that I bought, I feel like you guys are going to judge, but that's okay because we're going to hold each other accountable. Okay, so all right. I was going to do some shopping at Sephora anyway. So I launched Sephora from Rakuten and I got $5.24 back. Then I got some Crocs. Those were for work. And I had a pair of Crocs that, guys, here's the deal, right? I don't advocate going out and just buying the new thing because it's trendy. But back in 2007, so I had the same pair of shoes since 2007. I had the same pair of shoes for 16 years. So I think that at that point, it's okay to buy a new pair of Crocs. And the reason why I did, they weren't quite broken yet. But a year ago, I had worn them to like a work thing. They were still Crocs are very comfortable shoes. If you're standing, oh, so comfortable. So I wore them to this work thing where it wasn't like I wasn't working a shift because I wouldn't wear Crocs to work, but I was working a staff party and what they wanted, the direction from corporate. This was the brief time when I worked for a different company. They wanted us to serve the staff, which is a great idea. So we didn't have to wear our managerial clothes. They shut down the whole place for a day and we threw a staff party and the managers served the staff. So we did that. And I had on those Crocs and there was a spill on the floor. And I went to go get the wet floor sign so that no one else would slip. And guess who slipped? It was me. So the tread on the bottom of my Crocs after 16 years, imagine that, had worn out. So I bought new Crocs. At the same time, around the same time. So anyway, I got $8.27 back through Rakuten because I launched Rakuten first before buying the Crocs. Same with Birkenstocks. I had a pair of Birkenstocks. Again, I'm a comfy shoe kind of girl. Now, I think Birkenstocks are hideous, but they are supposed to be good for your feet. My last pair, I had worn them to the point where they were super stinky, and I tried all the tutorials to get them not to be stinky. It did not work. So I went ahead and I got new ones. I got $6. Same, I needed some flip-flops. Now I could have gotten really cheap flip-flops, but I didn't. I got Havaianas, which my last pair, that would have been before 2007. I was probably 24. So those flip-flops were 20 years old and like the thing was falling through. But because I bought a good brand from the get-go, they lasted almost 20 years. So I bought another pair of those. I saved 54 cents. So anyway, using Rakuten, and I did Mint Mobile. I'm still really liking that app. I'm new to it. Found out about it from a YouTuber. Oh, and if you guys use my link, you get $40 back off your first purchase now. Instead of just like the percentage, they'll give you $40 back. And then I think I get $40 back as well. Okay. Hi, Renegade Billy. Okay, so some other things that I did to cut my expenses. I switched to Mint Mobile, and that's going to save me about $550 a year. Previously with AT&T, I've been with AT&T, I think, since I first got my cell phone. So however long ago that was. I feel like I was in college, so I was probably 20. So I think I've had the same cell phone carrier since I was 20, and I'm 46 now. So for 26 years, I stayed with AT&T. Now, for those of you guys that don't remember, they were AT&T, then they were Singular Wireless for a while, and then they went back to AT&T. So I was with them through all those changes, but I never changed. It was just they changed their branding from AT&T to Singular and then back to AT&T. I never changed my cell phone provider. That does mean I'm not getting HBO Max anymore for free with my cell phone. It's still buffering. Is any mom, if you're there, can you tell me, is this live stream buffering? It definitely shouldn't be. I hope not. Oh, it's buffering. Hi, Suho. I haven't seen you in a long time in here. I loved your comments and I love your participation. You guys, if this is buffering, I'm so sorry. I'm using the same internet connection, so I'm not entirely I'm like, does this have to do with my Mint? Oh, the problem is buffering. Wait, on Mint Mobile, because I've read that. So I just switched to Mint Mobile, and I have read that it like it'll skip. Or is my live stream buffering? Because somebody said that earlier, I thought. Anyway, so I'm with Mint Mobile now. I just switched. I'll let you guys know. To me, I can, if it buffers when I'm trying to watch a YouTube video, I can deal with that, because saving $550 a year is a lot. So far, I'm like 3 days in. So far, I would recommend Mint Mobile. Okay. I definitely canceled all my subscriptions. I'm going to be gone most of November anyway, so I'm not going to be home watching Netflix, or like throughout time it had creeped up. I got like, what did I get? I got Peacock Plus, and they always get you, right? It's like a free introductory offer, and then you're like, oh, well, I just want to finish this series. I'll keep it one more month, and then one more month turns into more and more and more months. So I cut out, I had Peacock. Oh, you guys are going to roast me for this. I had Peacock, I had Paramount Plus, and I really wanted to watch The Interview with a Vampire TV show, which was on AMC Plus. So I had, and Netflix. So I had those 4, and I've canceled them. With Netflix, I probably will resume that when I get back from my trip, but I'm going to go ahead and try the one with commercials. Okay. Katie Morris says that she used to donate both plasma and blood donation. That's interesting to know. I didn't know that. So I think I do still want to donate plasma, probably when I get back. Guys, I'm going to be working. I started on Friday, and I work all the way up until I leave for my trip. Dang it. I'm showing 4 full bars, so I don't know why it would be buffering. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll try and look into that. Oh, guys, by the way, I've got the crying emoji up. Normally it says like, I love to multitask. Let's switch it to bats. I am feeling frustrated with my finances right now. I know I'm going to be okay though. Gonna get it. Do we like the black bat or the little white one? I think that one stands out better. It's a little baby bat for Halloween. So, but I am stressed out about my finances right now, and I think that's okay. Oh, you guys know I've also listed some things on eBay. So far, they haven't sold yet, but I am trying to do the things within my power that are immediate, right? Increasing my network, that's going to take a little while, and getting a sales job as a second job, that's going to take a little while. So those things aren't things that I'm able to start right before I go on a sort of long trip. I don't know what I'll be doing with the lives. I guess I should mention that. I'm not sure how the lives are going to go while I'm on vacation. If I can still do them, I will. But let's see what time it is. So guys, also I think I mentioned that the trip has it's changed a bit. Originally it was supposed to be Portugal and then Egypt. Now it's Portugal and Spain. Everybody felt that Egypt was just a little bit too close to Israel for us to go and be like, "Oh, we're Americans, we're tourists, we're having fun." Right now, while there's this, conflict going on, like in the next next place over. So we're not really doing the Egypt part of it. Okay. E- Um okay, so right now 11 a.m. here is 6 p.m. in Portugal. So I definitely feel like I would be awake at 6 p.m. So I definitely will try and do this live, but I'm not sure if 6 p.m., if the group I'm going with will be in the height of eating out and things like that. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to go live. If I would like to still go live on Sunday while I'm traveling. I just am not sure logistically how that's going to work out. If I can, I will. It might be at a different time though. I don't know, but we'll try and make it work. And if not, I will be back. Let's check. When will my first Sunday back will be Sunday, November 19th. Okay. So if you guys could please like the video, definitely for me, making more YouTube videos is something that can help me financially. I did list my YouTube channel on my resume. I wrote something to the effect of providing pandemic era related content to help people, something like that. I don't know. It sounded professional when I put it on my resume. I was really torn about putting YouTube on my resume, but I definitely did. Hi, Sean. Let's talk for a minute. What are you guys all dressing up as Halloween? If you want to let me for Halloween, not as Halloween. Maybe somebody's going as Halloween. I did want to talk about affordable costumes. I definitely don't recommend going out and getting something that you're only going to use once. Maybe see if you can do a friend swap. See if don't swap your friends, but see if a friend clothing swap. Maybe circulate Halloween costumes that other people have worn in previous years and see if you can swap costumes with them. Also, everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but most people can probably do a witch. Most which would just really involve putting on a lot of black and then maybe some black lipstick. And if you don't have black lipstick, use black eyeliner. For guys, I don't know a good guy. Well, think about this. My mom used to always do a clown. So you could just put on a funny outfit. She would button it weird. You can use red nose paint, and it doesn't have to be nose paint. You could just use lipstick. So guys, you could go as a clown too. So you could do the clown makeup. One year, don't ask why, but I have this furry hat. I used to go to Burning Man, so I have a lot of weird clothes from Burning Man. And so I already had this wolf hat thing. And I looked up wolf makeup tutorial and it came out really good. So there's a lot of things that you can do with makeup, and you don't have to have the right makeup exactly. You can use things I didn't have any of the stuff that they had in the wolf makeup tutorial, but I was like, sure, this eyeliner pencil will work. Sure, this brown and gray eyeshadow will kind of work as face paint. Did I have to put on a lot of layers of that to make it do that? Yes. One year I tried that thing where you put fishnets over your face and you try and make it look like mermaid scales. That did not work for me, but I tried. Devil Suho, you wear a doomer costume every year. What is that? Like a doomsday prepper? Your contact list is your neighbors, employees, the people you work with, the church you go to, my mom's circle, anything you belong to. Like you said, exercise pals. Yes, exactly. I wonder if there's a lag on my end too, because we're talking about Halloween costumes. And that popped up. Anyway, but that's fine. We can switch back and forth. You guys know. Uh-oh, for Debbie, we got to get out the little green guy. Debbie, naughty, naughty, you're never in all the lives anymore. But Debbie, the movie update this week, Killers of the Flower Moon, really good movie, long. I've actually seen it. It's sometimes rare that I've seen these movies, but I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. I did like it. I checked my watch a few times, but it wasn't like, oh my God, when is this going to end? I was just like, oh, how long have we been into this? Because the movie is 3 hours and 37 minutes long. So I went and I watched that. That's still our number one movie this week. That movie's now been out for 2 weeks. We also have a movie called Anatomy of a Fall, which is supposed to be really, really good. I have not had a chance to see that. So that's our number 2 movie. Then there's this movie called Stop Making Sense, which is the Talking Heads like concert film documentary. And that is supposed to be really, really good. Sylvia, you are funny. My mom, okay, wait. Finish one story first. Except I totally lost my train of thought because I got excited about a costume that my mom did one year. Shoot. Oh, the movie update. Okay. So this movie called Stop Making Sense, which is like this Talking Heads documentary, is that's doing really, really well for us. And that's been out for several weeks now. So Stop Making Sense. We actually added shows of that today. And I actually really want to see that. And this will date me, you guys. I remember going on school field trips to the Griffith Observatory. And one of the coolest things I think we did is we saw, they used to have this laserium. I'm not sure if it's laserium or laserium, but I saw a laserium show to the Talking Heads. And I feel like their most famous song is Burning Down the House. Burning Down the House. That one? Okay. I do not like to sing. Okay. So Sylvia says, I'm dressing up as a retired old lady. And my mom's costume, that was so amazing. My mom likes to play bingo. My mom made a bingo dauber costume. You know, like the pins, they sort of look like this, but with more round caps. Do I have a bingo dauber in here? I probably do somewhere. But she used a shower cap to put on her head to look like the part where you would mark the bingo paper. And then she had like a white t-shirt that she drew on to make like a bingo board. My mom was a pretty creative person, you guys. And also, okay, this year, so you guys know I dressed up as Barbie for work with pink clothes that I had. But you guys also know that I brought that special pair of pink shoes. This was before I was in all the debt. So I need to get use out of those pink shoes. And I definitely have pink clothes. And there's definitely Barbie movie tutorials. Also for guys, Ken will be a popular fun costume this year. So just go all out with that. I saw somebody with an inflatable horse. Now, you would probably have to buy an inflatable horse because I'm imagining we don't all have inflatable horses at home. People would still get the point without the inflatable horse. So you could just wear a Hawaiian shirt. You could wear it with no shirt, like open with no shirt underneath, and some surfboard shorts. You could also, there's the scene in Barbie where they're wearing all black, all the different Kens. So you could just dress in all black and be that version of Ken. So Ken is a really good costume. When I was working at the movie theater, there was a guy who came dressed as Ken and he put like the white sunscreen on his nose. So if that would really make the costume, if you put white sunscreen on your nose as Ken. For Barbie, I saw somebody go as the Kate McKinnon version. So she's weird Barbie, right? The crazy makeup and just a little bit of pink, maybe some neon colors. So Barbie would, I think for most women, I think if you dig through your closet, you'll probably find some pink. And I think Ken would be a really affordable costume for the guys. A witch costume is normally pretty easy to do. Suho, I love this. I dress like a retired old lady every day. Me too, girl. Me too. Except I'm not retired. Actually, no, retired old ladies dress better than me. Some people go as Mrs. Roper. So that's a really good costume. Like I have some dresses where my friend is always telling me that, like, oh, you look like, did you steal that from Mrs. Roper's wardrobe? From Three's Company. I'm old. Um, what else is a good affordable costume? A cat. You just wear all black and go as a cat. Ba, 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 ba. So those are cat, clown, witch, Barbie, Ken. Those are my ideas. Oh, Suho, you just got EBT and now you're taking the day off work. I don't know if you're kidding or not. My mom is pretty happy with the increase in her EBT amount this year. Guys, there's 14 of you watching. I just want to say thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, we talk about budget and finance every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. I sprinkle in personal stories, anecdotes, a little bit of movie updates, and it's guided by topics that you want to talk about. Oh, thank you, Rudy. I hope everything is going well for you. Rudy says that I helped them during the pandemic. You're very welcome. I really love helping people with anything. Well, I like helping people, but I also like helping people, especially about money. And my best friend, when I started doing this, was like, thank God you have YouTube because I don't want to listen to these stories. So maybe you'll find an audience who does. But I've actually helped some people, not in like any great or big ways, but even in little ways. There was somebody I suggested refinancing their car at a lower payment through a credit union, and that saved them money. They told me that that saved them from getting their car repossessed. I recently saved another friend, not the one that tells me they didn't want to hear about this. I saved a friend, I want to say like $150 a month because they bought a Tesla through CarMax and they didn't know that Tesla offers their own insurance. And if you if you have a Tesla and you buy insurance through Tesla, it's much cheaper than if you go through like Geico or Liberty or whoever the insurance companies are, State Farm, Allstate, AAA. And the reason why Tesla says that they can offer such a cheaper insurance rate is because they're like, we stand behind our cars' safety so much and like security that we know they're going to get in less accidents, whereas other auto insurers are just looking at the value of the car and they're not taking in the added, like, I don't know, safety features or whatever of the car. So I just recently saved a friend money that way. If you're going to be doing shopping anyway and you use Rakuten, maybe you'll get $40 back. Any way that I can save people money and help them grow their wealth and just maybe think outside the box. And I don't want to, even though I'm stressed about money right now, I don't want any of my viewers to like ever give up on the idea of home ownership or improving their financial situation or any of that. So I really enjoyed, I love talking about money. And if you guys want to listen, that's just a bonus for me. My best friend that rents the garage, they don't want to hear it. They were like, Shelly, I just realized that if I buy things on credit cards, like I can get points and then I can get stuff for free. And I was like, yeah, I've been trying to tell you that. You do need to pay it off all at once. And my roommate was like, I don't want to get a whole lecture on it. And I was like, okay. But I really want people to understand this, or if they're confused financially, or if they just have questions or ideas or whatever. And I'm hoping that we can all slowly improve our finances and really live the life we want, quite honestly, or at least a better life than we're currently living, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, if you're watching this after the live, please let me know what you're going as for Halloween. Let me know any budget-friendly costumes you have. We are at the hour mark, so I'm going to hop off. If I'm not able to stream live, oh, and of course we're going live on Thanksgiving for anybody who doesn't have a family or and wants to spend time with me, my mom. We'll go live on Thanksgiving. So I will be back for sure on I'll be back live November 19th for sure. And then we'll also do one that Thursday for anybody who's feeling lonely, anybody that needs a break from their family, anybody that just needs some confirmation that my family is as crazy as your family, and that we argue too on Thanksgiving, even on Thanksgiving. Gets chaotic. All these people cooking in the same kitchen, family you haven't seen in a while. So we'll be doing that again this year. Let me know if you have a preference for the time. Let me know if you have topics that you want to talk about. I really enjoyed um, today's conversation. So thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody.